Silver Haze. Now, you'll have to look for this because this is a smaller release, but this is a film that played at the BFI Flair Festival recently, and it stars Vicky Knight, who I've had the privilege of interviewing on stage, who is a really terrific rising star, BAFTA breakthrough Brit. So she made a film a few years ago called Dirty God, which is directed by Sacha Pollock, and she reunites with Sacha Pollock for this. She plays a character called Franky, who is a healthcare worker and who, as a child, survived a pub fire. She's now obsessed with the past, with what happened in the past, what happened in the past. And as a result of that obsession, she's kind of finding it very hard to make relationships in the present and the future, until when she's working in a hospital, she meets a character called Florence, played by Esme Creed-Miles, who has a self-destructive streak. And yet, when they start talking to each other, they kind of find that they are closer in personality, perhaps, than they might have expected, because they've both got ghosts and demons that they're dealing with and that they start talking about. Here is a clip.
I remember going to bed about 8 o'clock. And there was a bit of a party in the pub. So I went to bed. And I remember having this really strange dream. Do you know when people say they can see the light? And I just remember it. Trying to open my eyes and all I could see was white. And then I had a massive bang and Mike was standing there.
So I interviewed Vicky Knight when just recently when this film came out, and she said that an awful lot of the story and the character is based on her own story, because she in the first film that she made, in Dirty God, she was working full time as a healthcare assistant. She wasn't an actor at all, but she developed this relationship with the director who sort of used her own life story to kind of create this character. And I said at the time, on the evidence of this of Dirty God, she's got a great screen career ahead of her if that's what she wants to do, because it may well be that she doesn't want to act. So it was really terrific to see her back in Silver Haze, in which she dominates the screen. She's not a trained actor. She has a naturalism that it's really kind of she's magnetic. She's really charismatic. And what happens is that as a result of meeting this character played by Esme Creed-Miles, initially they find an intimacy, they find a sort of a love, a bond. But that character is also an agent of chaos and starts to provoke Franky into acts of recklessness that in relation to her past and her estranged father. I thought the film was great. I think it's a really, really interesting, character piece. Although the story can be quite tough, it's beautiful to watch. I mean, there are moments in it which are really kind of dreamy and mesmerizing, and at the center of it, Vicky Knight and Esme Creed-Miles together are really terrific. And of course, Esme Creed-Miles has had a lot of acting experience, but there's something about the way in which their different styles work that completely gels. And I watched the whole film thinking, I absolutely believe in these characters. And I know that that what Vicky Knight is doing is drawing on autobiographical experience to some extent. But she's a really brilliant actor, and I think once again Sacha Pollock has got a terrific performance out of her. Anyway, the film's called Silver Haze. It's unusual. It's not like anything else you'll see in the cinema at the moment. You'll have to seek it out because it'll be in art house cinemas, but it's terrific. And remember the name Vicky Knight. She is going to be really, really big.
And what does this Silver Haze refer to? Or is that...
It refers to many things.
Excellent. The way most titles
do.
should, I think, yes.